Connor here, and welcome back to Battlefront Central. We actually have news pertaining to the release of Battlefront, but we do not get a release date. It is EA's Chief Operating Officer, Peter Moore, explaining why we haven't received one yet. This all comes from an interview over at IGN with Peter Moore. During this interview, Peter Moore says that, talking about Battlefront of course, we're going to treat this with respect, particularly because people have a very clear idea of what a Battlefront game should be. So here, if the trailer of them going to LucasArts and actually examining the original props wasn't enough for you, we get even more confirmation that DICE are passionate about this game and want to treat it with the respect that a game of this age and its widespread and loving audience deserves. When talking specifically about the release date, Peter Moore states, "These games are so big and you've got to get the game right. We're often criticised for release dates and getting ahead of it too early. I never believed in nailing a date and then reverse engineering the title backwards from the date. It just doesn't work. I see nothing but great news here, guys. They want to treat Battlefront with respect, so that can only really equate to a better end product for the series and for us fans." Secondly, Peter Moore acknowledges EA's faults in the past over early release dates. To state an obvious one here, the elephant in the room is Battlefield 4. And he then goes on to settle us by saying that he himself never believed in nailing a release date, and that early release dates simply don't work, which it is quite obvious they don't. You've got to have time to properly polish the game and make sure the majority of the large bugs are obviously exempt from the title prior to release. So obviously here, EA are trying their best to prevent a fiasco like Battlefield 4's release from happening again. Despite Battlefield 4 being a great game to play now, which it absolutely is, it's a fantastic game to play, it's really fun and entertaining, it did have a decent amount of problems at the start of its launch that could have been solved simply by spending more time in the development stage. Moore finishes by saying, "When we're comfortable, we'll announce a release date." So I would imagine EA and DICE will be comfortable giving us a release date sometime after spring 2015. I would hope to get some hints, but to be honest I'd rather they stick to developing the game and just making sure it's as good as possible prior to giving themselves a release date to stick to and sort of make the game around. So here comes the time for the annoying community question. What do you guys think about the release date? Would you rather get one now, or would you rather wait longer and get a more polished Battlefront in the future? Leave your ideas and answers in the comments below. I'm afraid that's all of the news today. I still have an extended 10-minute analysis of the behind the scenes trailer on its way in the next day or so, and also the full edition of the dual commentary / interview I did with Elliot from Star Wars Battlefront Updates. If you want the latest on Battlefront news, then feel free to subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next update.